Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Peter here. Today's video is on the all-natural brand Abel. They're based in Amsterdam, and this one is called White Vetiver. I've been wearing this one for the last few days while it's been really hot weather. We've had a lot of sunshine. It's actually starting to cool down today, but it's been really hot, and so I went to try White Vetiver, and this is really good in the sunshine. Like, it smelled so good. So in the opening you get this amazing note of lime, but it's super zingy and refreshing, and it's just so perfect for the heat. There's just a hint of a little bit of ginger, and there's a little bit of mint as well, but this refreshing lime makes it feel like almost like a fizzy tonic. Like, it's just super refreshing and zingy. It's really good in the sunshine. Perfect summer fragrance. Underneath that you have vetiver, like the name suggests, white vetiver. This is a citrus and vetiver combo, and the vetiver is a Haitian vetiver, and it's in the opening it's slightly more rooty and earthy vetiver, but with the citrus it smells really good. But as it mellows out, the vetiver becomes smoother, just super smooth. It loses that earthiness and rootiness, and it becomes more pure in the woody kind of sense without smelling dirty or earthy. What I liked about this was that in the heat, the lime and the citrus and the feeling of freshness actually lasted for hours. Like a good 3 hours it was still smelling fresh with that kind of lime and ginger and mint. It lasted a long time, having that cool freshness, which is nice in the heat. And after about 3 hours is when it becomes more into the vetiver, but then there's a note of vanilla in here, and I think from the way that I sense it is that it's probably a vanilla absolute, because this is far less sweet. This isn't a sweet vanilla, and it's only a hint of it. It's more balsamic and woody. Vanilla absolute is balsamic and woody and thick, and far less sweet and more subtle. The sweetness is subtle, so that's I get vanilla absolute in this, just a hint of it, with this smooth vetiver that kind of loses its earthiness, but it kind of just stays woody. It's just really good. It's very, very smooth and mellow. There's a hint of an amber kind of vibe. There is ambergris in here, but I'm actually not sure if it's ambergris like properly from the whale, or whether it's a natural isolate which mimics the scent profile of ambergris while still being natural. I'm not sure on that. But ambergris itself, how you smell ambergris, doesn't come out on my skin particularly, but I do get a sense of an amber-like quality with this very smooth woody vetiver and just a hint of vanilla. There is Palma Rosa in here, which I've never smelled pure in the natural state, or the oil, and apparently it's slightly green naturally, but maybe that possibly helps prolong the fresh quality, if that might have a natural kind of freshness to it in a way, like a fresh green quality. Maybe that helps keep that freshness going through the mid of the fragrance, which is why it feels fresh for so long. But I really like it, actually. I enjoyed it that much that it's actually in my to buy pile, which there's very few in the to buy list, but I will be getting a bottle of this at some point. I enjoyed wearing it, and I think it's perfect for the summer especially. So this is going to be one of my summer fragrances in the future. But summer and spring, smelling it, I think it's unisex. I don't think it actually matters if a man or a woman wears it, but you have to like the notes of lime and vetiver. But what I like about this is there's other fragrances you could compare this to in terms of the generalized kind of note breakdown of vetiver and citrus. But the difference is that I've tried fragrances, I'm not going to drop names, but common ones come to mind, that for me, I don't enjoy other vetiver citrus combos because the obvious use of synthetics, you can smell them, and they blanket mute. The best way I can describe it is the synthetics used, like synthetic musks and synthetic woods, they kind of mute a fragrance. They stop it breathing. It feels like it's under a blanket, is how I describe it. And I don't like that, the smell of that, or the feeling of it, and you can tell that it's artificial. It doesn't smell natural. and when you spray a fragrance like that, that's all you're left with in the dry down, and it doesn't feel real. It's not nice. It just feels like a muted kind of a block of synthetic. And so I never purchased anything that had this kind of combination. But obviously, this being 100% natural, you don't get that. It just stays true. It smells real and feels kind of more alive because of that. You can just smell that it's real. It's not got that kind of muted synthetic thing going on that you get with all the other kind of fragrances that are trying to do the same thing with those notes. So for me, that's the reason why I really like it, because it feels more alive. So in terms of performance for this on my skin, was pretty good actually. The projection was, although it felt modest to me, family and friends around me actually smelled it as soon as I sprayed this. It kind of wafts in the air and people do pick it up, and when I walk past people as well, they smelled it within the first 2 hours. So first 2 hours is, I would say, modest projection, but actually it does float around and people can pick it up. And in terms of like how long it lasted on skin, was in the region of, I would say, 6 hours, kind of usable longevity, but I could smell it as a skin scent for 8 hours. So between 6 and 8 hours, depending how strict you want to kind of judge that. It is closer to the skin, as a skin scent, but you can, on your hand, you can smell it up to 8 hours later. I think the performance is good, and obviously because I'm using it as a summer fragrance, 2 hours of projection, 6, 7, 8 hours of longevity, perfect for the summer for me. I'll put the pricing up on the screen, but you can get the 15ml size like this, or you could get the full 50ml size, and it's free postage within Europe. And I know that, I think by the end of this month they're going to be available in America as well, so for you guys in the States, you'll be able to get hold of them too. And I know they're just launching a brand new one called Green Cedar, which would be interesting to check out as well, hopefully. But I really like this line. I think they do a really nice job. The presentation is awesome. They have magnetic caps, very well put together. But I feel like these are approachable for people that even have no interest in natural perfumery. Some people can think natural perfumery smells weird, and it doesn't. I think natural perfumery smells great, but this is done to almost smell mass appealing in a way, not in a bad way, but they smell approachable for people that aren't used to natural perfumery. These smell like a real perfume, but they just smell more alive and bright, which I feel just makes it a little bit more accessible for someone just stepping into natural perfumery, as well as the prices being more affordable. They're not completely out of reach, some natural brands are just too expensive for some people. This is more affordable for the masses. It's better priced. That's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you again in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.